I used to have a simple life. Whatever needed doing round the farm, I'd do it. Being the eldest son, it's tough. But at least we had a living, and our plates were never empty. Then, the war came. I lost everything overnight. The last thing I remember is Father pushing me away, yelling for me to run, to live. At first, I didn't know what to do. Then, I remembered. A story my mother once told me. A story about my uncle, Jordan. He made a modest fortune up north, in a peaceful valley far away from the war. For weeks I held on to that thought, until the valley from my mother's stories. I could see it. This is where I can start a new life.
Hello, my name's Nick, and I haven't played this in a really long time. Medieval Dynasty. Oh yeah, that's how. Collect some sticks. Collect some sticks. So this looks kind of different, I think. It's been a new update. Hopefully, we can find our uncle. Hornica and Gostovia. Alright. So let's go start our new life. See what do we gotta do? Alright, it has to be close to 2 years playing this game. But I'm excited. They've done some updates and we'll have a good time. I think we will. Alright, this town looks pretty cool. Hello. Okay, you don't want to look at me? That's fine. Ooh. Hello, gooses. Very cool. Hello. Wow. Look at this guy. Very cool. Let's see. Oh, I see who I'm supposed to talk to. Hello. Those eyes. I didn't think I would see them again. One blue as the sky and the other black like a lump of coal. Alright. Are you alright? You look like you've seen a ghost. So you aren't one. Good. For a second there I thought I lost it. But your eyes, you look just like him. Sorry, you must have mistaken me with someone. I'm new in these parts, just arrived at the valley, actually. My name is Rakamir. I'm Wanda's son, aren't you? Lorden's nephew? What? Did you know my mom? Not really. I knew of her. We didn't ever actually meet. He wanted to keep his families separate. He as in my uncle? I don't understand. You will. Wait. What do you mean by did I know her? Is she well? I hope she is now, wherever that might be. I've lost both my parents in the war. Damn it, this world. I guess it can be as cruel as it is beautiful. I'm sorry, my boy. Nobody should lose their loved ones at such a young age. It's okay. They've died so I could live, and I plan to make the best of this life that I can in order to honor their sacrifice. That's very mature of you. I'm sure they would be proud hearing that. You mentioned my Uncle Lorden. I actually came here looking for him. Oh, Rakamir, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Your Uncle Lorden is no longer with us. He passed away 3 years ago. I'm so sorry. I understand how you must feel. He was a dear friend of mine. So, alright, well, so I have no one. No one's left. Don't you say that. Hey, look at me. This valley is filled with warm-hearted people who can gladly aid you with whatever you need, and I am one of them. So, okay, that's great. So what should I do now? You are free to go wherever you like and start a new life. I hereby grant you the permission of Castellian to build and farm on any untisseled land in the valley. Construct yourself a house and see what comes next for you. You can even build a whole village if you please. There are many travelers passing through. Maybe some of them would like to join your settlement. Oh, my settlement, huh? So just like that, I can take the land free of charge? Well, you'd have to pay taxes to the king annually, but apart from that, you are free to do as you please. As long as you don't break the law, of course, or at least if you don't get caught doing so. Okay, that sounds amazing. The valley looks beautiful as well. It really does. I think I'll stay here and see what the fate has in store for me. I'm glad to hear that. You can find resources all over the land. Grab a few rocks and sticks from the ground and craft yourself a simple axe. With it, you can cut down trees and chop them into logs. Then you can create a wooden hammer that will be crucial in the building process. I'm sure you'll get the hang of it. Okay. When you build yourself a home, come back to Gostovia and talk to my wife, Dobringa. She manages the tavern. Ask her to feed you. You must be famished. And then grab some beer for both of us and come back. I'll tell you some stories about Lorden. That sounds like a plan to me. Can't wait to get some beer. Get some food. Okay, we're crafting ourselves an axe. Boom. There. Got ourselves an axe. Cool. So we need to cut some trees down. Oh, don't break the fence. Okay. There we go. Take that and take that. Perfect. So you need a shovel to do that. Okay. Alright, so let's cut some more trees down here. There we go. Now we're getting some straw. So we gotta get straw from the reeds. Interesting. Okay. Let's see if we can start our new house. I know the sun's going down, but we got a little late. A little late in our adventure of things, but yeah. Let's see. Do we... Oh, we do have a map. Okay. Okay, that was weird. I found someone here. I found some stuff, but... Huh. Well, I think this might be a nice place to start building. Yeah, let's just start here. Right here. Perfect. Okay, so now we definitely got to get some materials. Perfect. We need 1 log. I think we had a log somewhere. Maybe we grabbed it already. Yeah, I think we grabbed it already. Alright, well, we gotta get chopping before it gets too dark. It is getting real dark now. That and that's perfect. Look at that. First cabin. We're off the road. Overlooking some nice water, trees, forest in the back. Yeah, this is perfect. Alright. See, oh. Can we, equip our torch? Yeah. There we go. Alright. A double bed and a regular bed. Okay. Ooh. Cooking pot and a chest. Yes. Alright, let's put our stuff away. Okay. Wow, this is cool. This is really cool. Look at that. Okay. Let's, eat an apple. Okay, we are fed and watered. Now let's go see what Dabroniga? Yeah, ooh, is that a bunny? That's cool. Alright, I think everybody's up. Looks like everybody's up moving around. I think this is where she worked. She's not here yet. Ah, here she is. Hello, what can I help you with? Hi, you're Dobringa, right? Nice to meet you. Rakamir. That's right. Nice to meet you too, Rakamir. What brings you to me? Unigos told me that you can fix me up with some food. I haven't eaten a proper meal in weeks. Well, it depends what proper means to you, but I can offer you something warm and filling. Well, that sounds better than nothing. There you go. Now tell me something about yourself. How do you know my husband? There's nothing much to say, really. I've just arrived at the valley looking for my Uncle Lorden. Didn't expect to be done searching so quickly, to be honest. Oh yes, he was Unigost's friend. I remember now hearing that he had eyes just like yours. I'm sorry for your loss. Well, that's okay. I don't even remember him really. Most that I know about him is from my mother's stories. She always looked up to her big brother, loved him furiously even when he stopped visiting. A lot of people died from what I've heard. There was something special about him. Yeah, tough shoes to fill, huh? The only shoes that you need to worry about filling are your own. Every man is the architect of his own future. Thank you for saying that. It's what I needed to hear. But let's not talk about me anymore. What's your story? I was part of a traveling band of traboters. Never managed to learn how to play any instrument, but I was pretty decent with my singing. Our travels brought us to the valley not long after the death of your uncle. I still remember seeing Unigas for the first time. He had such sadness in his eyes. Gordon wasn't just a friend of his, he was part of him. Go on. The band left a few days later. I stayed. There was something in Unigas' presence that I simply knew my place was by its side. You probably noticed the age difference. Yes, I did. What? Are you implying that I look old? Nothing of the sorts. Anyway, so it looks like you were anchored here by love. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, you can call it that, or blindness, or stupidity, or judgment, maybe. Whatever sounds best to you. Pretend all you like. You fell hard for the grandpa with sad eyes, and you know it. Oh, jeez. I did. He annoys me sometimes, like nobody else. Yeah, I can't imagine breathing without him now. But don't let me go all soft on you. You surely got some places to go. It was a pleasure talking with you, Dabringa. Every second of it. Here, I know it's not much, but it will come in handy when starting a new life. Everything costs coins these days. I really appreciate it, but I'm not looking for a charity. I'll manage. Oh, come on, don't try to be a hero. Man, alright, do something for me then. It won't be a handout just for your pay. That I can agree on. What do you need? There's a farmer in the village. She's called Yorganiwa. She usually supplies the tavern with rye, but I haven't got anything from her in a while. My stock is almost gone, and you don't even want to imagine what would happen to these people when they run out of beer. Consider it done. While we're speaking of beer, Unigas asked me to grab a couple for us. Of course. Here you go. Great. Thank you. Promise to tell me some stories about Lorden. Oh, I see. Well, in that case, thank you. Alright. Let's, oh. Look at him walking. Look at you, dude. Doing a good job. Reminds me of my daughter. Okay, where's Unigas? There's Unigas. Hey, Reckamere. Hey, Unigas. You're looking at the proud house owner from the valley, and I'm back bearing beers. A job well done indeed. Alright, let me wet my throat with this amber goodness and start reminiscing. I knew Lorden for 22 years before he died. He was my best and truest friend, a brother actually. I remember the day we met as if it was yesterday. Okay. I was 25 at the time, living in the big city of Yellenberg, where I was born. You could say I hated that place, but still it was the home I ever knew. Maybe someday I'll tell you more about that. Anyway, I was forced to take care of my own, so I did. Doing the only thing I could do, stealing. You were a thief? Bad boy, Unigas. I was, and a bloody good one, if I might say. Picking pockets was my bread and butter. I could steal a piece of steak right from your fork and you wouldn't even notice. It wasn't greed that motivated me, just survival. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy the process. Stealing is still a crime, no matter the motivation. I'd say you want to wait and hear a bit more before getting all high and mighty on me. Yeah, that's true. Go on. We had an annual festival at Yellenberg. It always brought a whole bunch of outsiders to town. You can imagine what that meant for a man in my profession. I could do a day's worth of work in a matter of minutes. I grabbed a few coins here and there, some jewelry, a pair of new boots, and then I saw a nobleman with a money bag strapped to his belt. He was basically begging to be set free. Okay, go on. I sneaked behind him in the crowd like I did 1,000 times before. Child's play. I gently grabbed the pouch, did a little shimmy magic, and there it was, sitting neatly in my palm. Just needed to turn around and disappear like always. And then, wham! What happened? I was punched in the face by what felt like a bowl. And I was so shocked I didn't even realize what happened until I hit the ground. My head was pounding. I could barely see straight. And you know what was the first thing I saw next? Another blow coming. No. A smile. A big, radiant smile on the face of a man with two different eyes. It was your Uncle Lorden. The one I took for a nobleman. He stuck his hand out, helped me get up, and offered me a beer. Wait, just like that? Just like that. Okay. I don't get it. That's just how Lorden was, you see. Your uncle was deadly clever, smartest man I ever known, hands down. He could see the world like nobody else, predict things. He was always at least a dozen steps ahead of anyone else. So on a rare occasion that somebody surprised him, he was intrigued. And he wasn't expecting you? Indeed, apparently, even despite my failure, I was still the one that came the closest to robbing him, and he liked that. So I'm guessing you accepted his invitation, right? I didn't really have a choice, did I? I was terrified of the guy at the moment, so we went. He took me to the most expensive and most crowded tavern in the whole town. Remember that it was the day of the festival. Even entering that place was next to impossible. He didn't seem to care, though. Alright. In the matter of seconds, we were sitting at the table being serviced by two barmaids at the same time. It was surreal. In my mind, there was only one explanation. He owned the place. Well, did he? Not at all. It was his first time in Yellenberg. It all felt like a dream, to be honest, especially with me still being dazed after the punch. I was still sure he was a nobleman. His manners, his clothes, the way he talked and moved. And then he chugged a beer like it was a race, wiped his face with the sleeve, and burped like a drum. He went from the lord to the savage like that, snaps his fingers. Alright, go on. I relived that moment a dozen times until I realized why he did that. It wasn't a mistake, oh no. No laziness, no movement of weakness. He wanted me to see it, to understand it. Understand what? That he was full of crap. You see, Rackamere, your uncle was one of a kind. He was a true master of arms, and his weapon of choice was his confidence. What does that even mean? Imagine a closed door with two armed guards at its sides, and you want what's inside. What are your options? You can force yourself in, bribe the guards, try to pick the lock. The Lorden, he just holds his hands up high, walks right in, and demands the door to be open. You were right. That all sounds surreal. I never knew that about my uncle. My mother's stories were quite different. Because I'm afraid she knew a quite different Lorden than me, than everybody in the pack. What? The pack? Oh dear, Rakamir. There is so much more you still don't know. Our story hasn't even really begun. But it's getting late. Come on, you can't just leave me hanging like that. Alright, I'm going to tell you a bit more. After that beer we had a couple more, then some mead if I remember correctly. We were talking about our past, our dreams, our convictions, sometimes making some drunk and absurd plans. I thought we were joking, to be honest. The next thing I remember is waking up in silk sheets. I'm guessing they weren't yours, correct? Are you kidding? It was the first time I even touched fabric like that. The ceiling in the chamber was so high it could fit a giant. I thought I was dreaming. Then the servants walked in. I was ready to flee, but instead of fighting me, they presented me with breakfast. Really? So, go on. It was all Lorden's doing. I've never found out how he managed to pull it off. Whenever I asked, he just burst into laughter, even years after. Needless to say, I left Yellenberg with him on that day, the first time I went outside of the town's walls, and never came back. That was the day the pack was born, and 3 years later, there were 5 of us, a real team, a family. We called ourselves the Reminders. Oh, how I wish I could be there. It all sounds incredible. I've never had adventures like that, and probably never will. Easy, my boy. It wasn't always fun and lovely, but it's a tale for another time. It really did get late, and I'm sure you still have a lot of work to do. Come and find me tomorrow, and we'll talk more. Alright, I'll do that. Thank you, Unigos, for everything. Especially the beer. Oh yeah, definitely feel it. Okay. Alright, gotta go find home.